just ridiculous. Our jails are full. People are waiting like 7 years for court trials. Rapists are walking free. And the government thinks it's a good idea to spend our last 1,800 prison spaces on sending people to prison, who have scaled an inanimate object. It's absolutely pathetic. Also, these people are protesting against the stuff that's going on in Palestine, which, I mean, they're protesting for, it's like a freedom, right? A ceasefire. They want to stop the indiscriminate killing of children, of mothers. And he's scaling a war memorial. These war memorials are about fighting freedom. Like, what is there to jail about this? It's absolutely bananas. Don't let this government distract you with this nonsense while your bills are the highest they've ever been, while your taxes are the highest they've ever been.
So you think this is a pre-election? They're just going through a series of...
they're throwing some red meat because they want...
Red meat?
Yeah, it's the red meat to people.
Is it red meat, Peter, or is it meaningful?
Well, red meat or not, I'm going to devour it now because a lot of Bleksleys lost their lives in both the First World War and the Second World War. And that's led me and my wife to taking our children to the Battle of the Somme battlefields, the First World War trenches, the Thiepval Memorial, then on another trip to the Normandy landing beaches, the US military cemetery, got to do it. And last week, my wife and I went to Auschwitz-Birkenau because it's really important for me understanding the history of conflict, the sacrifice so many millions of people made, and I think it's a wonderful thing that the memory of so many courageous people is honoured by wonderful war memorials in our city and elsewhere around the UK. Any disrespectful clown that wants to clamber over them, thereby disrespecting the memory and the honour of those people, can happily go to prison as far as I'm concerned.
He's not disrespecting that. It's ridiculous.
Although I would like to go a slight step further and stick 750,000 volts through them, so if they climbed up on there, they'd get a bit of a shock.
Do you understand what these people are protesting? Do you have a problem with what he's protesting?
It may not even matter.
I have a problem with people clambering on war memorials.
Do you understand that this government, there are tougher sanctions for if you climb an inanimate object than there are for if you sexually assault a woman? Right, doesn't that tell you where this country's priorities are? You can get a suspended sentence
in a way, it's not
sexual assault.
It isn't. I can see what this discussion is. It's not about whether or not the protesters are right in what they're saying. It's that you just don't ever climb on a war memorial, full stop.
Ridiculous. It's an inanimate object. It is still for the people...
That's what I'm saying, a grave. Some things have significance, don't they? I mean, a gravestone.